Hello and welcome. I am Leslie French. I am the creator and owner of Better Balance for Life. So what are we going to do? I'm going to show you a very simple exercise to do with your feet. They're going to connect your foot to your core, to your diaphragm, to your jaw. So one thing that I didn't know, but I do now, is how important our feet are for our balance and stability and strength. So this little simple foot exercise that I'm going to teach you is only going to take you 30 seconds a day to do. But I really want you to listen to the power that this is actually going to give you. By working our foot and making our foot strong, we're going to make our deep core muscles strong. Not this band of muscle that sits on the top, but your transverse muscles, the muscles that sit underneath, yeah? Intrinsic muscles that sit underneath, and your pelvic floor intrinsic muscles. By working the intrinsic muscles in the foot, you're connecting those to the deep core intrinsic muscles of your tummy, which when you add in, let's say for example, deep breathing into that, you're then going to bring your diaphragm into play as well. Now, if we do not have a strong foot, we cannot expect to have a strong deep core. If we do not have a strong deep core, we cannot expect to have strong glute muscles. Yeah, is the biomechanics of your body. By using the foot to strengthen the rest of the body, you are using a different line. What I mean by that is you have your muscles, and on top of the muscles you have something called fascia. Now that fascia infiltrates every part of our body and is connected and intertwined to each other. So each part of the fascia connects to another part of the fascia. So when you are working a fascia, you're actually working your whole body, and it is a more effective line to work because everything is connected to everything, which we kind of know. So what I want you to do, I just want you to have a look at my foot for a second. I'm going to just simply push my big toe down. When I do that, I can see the arch of my foot lifts. So have a look at your foot. If you don't have shoes on, push your big toe down and you'll see the arch of your foot lift. Yep, lifts up, it lifts. Strengthening the arch every time we do that. We need a strong arch in our foot. It's what supports our body. It is your support. If your feet do not function properly, how can you expect the rest of your body to function properly? It can't. We put our feet in soft, squidgy shoes, which we shouldn't, but society dictates that's what we do. We protect our feet. We wear soft, squidgy shoes, which completely disconnects us from the ground. So our brain, our feet can no longer talk to our brain. Yeah, when we've got those soft, squidgy shoes on. But when your feet are on sand and grass and things like that, they're moving, they're flexing, they're working out. Soft, squidgy shoes, they do not work. So we actually need to do something about that. This little thing is called short foot. It's called short foot because when we push the toes down, our foot gets shorter. Gets a little shorter. So up you get. Do this with me. Make sure you don't have your socks and shoes on. We don't want them on. We want to be able to feel our feet. We want our toes free. So I want you in a split stance, but we're going to work that front foot. We're only going to work the front foot to begin. Once you get this and you get a good handle on this, I'm happy if you do both feet together. But for the purpose of today, we're going to do both feet separate. And then when you get better at this, you can do them both together. So let's just simply lift our toes off the floor, spread them out, and just place them back down in this spread out position. If you've got a lot of troubles with your toes, don't worry if they go back together. Just spread them out as much as you can, pop them down on the floor. You're going to leave that like that now. We're not going to keep lifting the toes and putting them down. They're now in that position we want them in. I simply want you just to press the tip of the toes down for 5 seconds. So just the tips of the toes down 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. You don't want to crunch your toes. You're not looking for a shearing action. You don't want the toes to get all crunched up. It's just a push, gentle push. Let's do that again. Just the tips of that front toes, all of them together. Let's push them down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release that off. Now, let's think about our tummy muscles. Let's make them tight. You don't want to just think about pulling the belly button into the spine. You want to think about your pelvic floor muscles as well. You know where they are, front and back. Feel them, feel them, feel them. Engage your tummy, pelvic floor, and now push the toes down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Let's do that again. Core, pelvic floor, toes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. You would have felt a connection. You would have felt a connection between the foot and the core. As soon as you engage your core and your pelvic floor, when you push those toes down, you would have felt a deeper core connection. Foot to core sequencing. Interesting, I hear you say. Okay, one step further. So you do this in 3, okay? So first one, toes only. Second one, we do core, pelvic floor, and toes. So the third time, we're going to take a deep breath in. So big inhalation through the nose. Make sure your shoulders don't come up with you. Deep breath in through the nose. Belly extends just a little core, pelvic floor, and now the toes. And exhale. And release. You would have felt an even deeper core connection that time because we've connected to the diaphragm. Inhale. Core, pelvic floor. Toes. Exhale. Deep core connection. I know you would have all felt that. It is subtle. Not looking for a burn here. Not looking for a burn. Let's change our feet. Change your stance. Don't be surprised, by the way, if the back foot wants to join in. It's okay. Let it do what it wants to. But our focus is on that front foot. Lift the toes, spread the toes, place the toes. Toes only. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. And again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Core, pelvic floor, toes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. And again. Core, pelvic floor, toes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Inhale. Core, pelvic floor, toes. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Inhale. Core, pelvic floor, toes. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. You're done. 30 seconds. Now, morning, night. Do it. It is so important that you have a strong foot. If your foundation is not strong, you cannot expect your core to be strong. You cannot expect your glutes to be strong. We have to start from the ground up. If we start from the ground up, it makes sense. So please do that every day. You won't be sorry. It will increase your strength. You do not need to get on the floor and do 100 sit-ups to work your deep core muscles. We can do them simply by standing and getting that foot to core sequencing going. I hope you enjoyed that. Please do that every day. I hope you enjoyed that, everyone. Make sure you press that subscribe button on your screen so you don't miss a thing. I'll see you in our next session.